That night, the sky over Poland was heavy and dark, and the icy east wind swept through the empty streets. Inside an old, worn-down church, a young girl knelt on the cold stone floor, her tears mixing with the flickering candlelight. No one saw this moment, but a voice rose up, deep and aching, stirring her soul. "How much longer must I suffer because you still refuse me?" Faustina Kowalska, born into a poor family, had never dreamed of becoming a saint. Her youth passed with simple wishes, a warm home, true love, peaceful days. Yet in that instant, all ordinary dreams faded. She felt a call, deep, undeniable, not from any human voice, but from a power beyond this world. "You must dedicate your life to me." Her heart throbbed, her legs shook, and without hesitation, Faustina left the noisy party behind, leaving laughter and music in her wake. She ran through the empty streets, into the darkness of the church, and for the first time, before her eyes, appeared the image of Jesus in his suffering, bloodied and wounded. Yet his gaze overflowed with endless love. He looked at her, and that question pierced through every nerve, every beat of her heart. "How long will it take for you to answer my love?" A strange, powerful force wrapped around her soul, both terrifying and exhilarating. It was unlike anything she had ever felt. The fear of pain and the emptiness of the world melted away, replaced by a burning desire to respond to that love, to not miss the call of God. That night, not only did the world around her change, but so did she, a simple, poor girl, stepping onto a path that would leave a lasting mark. Faustina did not know that from this moment on, every road she walked, every suffering she endured, would become steps toward her greatest mission, to become the messenger of God's divine mercy. After that call on a cold winter night, Faustina stepped onto a path no one in her family supported. Everything seemed against her. There was no money, no social standing, and the advice from loved ones came as warnings. "Becoming a nun isn't easy, you will suffer." Yet in her heart, an unquenchable fire burned, the fire of faith, the burning desire to answer the divine call. Faustina wandered, searching for a religious order, each step like walking a rough, endless road. Sometimes she was rejected, sometimes she returned home disappointed. In those days, she lived in solitude, doubting herself at times, exhausted to the point of wanting to give up. But in the quiet moments, God's voice still spoke within her, gentle but unwavering. "Be patient. I will guide you to where you need to be." Then, in 1926, a miracle came. The Congregation of the Sisters of Our Lady of Mercy opened its doors to Faustina. On the day she put on the habit, she received a new name, Sister Maria Faustina, taking her first step into a new world, where her soul would be nourished by God's love and protection. The religious life was far from easy. Every day brought challenges, doubts from others, sickness, and lonely hours that chilled her to the bone. Yet even in that darkness, the first light broke through. Jesus appeared before her, dressed in white, with red and white rays streaming from his sacred heart. His eyes held endless love, and Sister Faustina felt a peace the world could never give. He told her, "Paint an image as you see it, and write, 'Jesus, I trust in you.'" From that moment, Sister Faustina understood her life's mission. She was no ordinary nun. She was chosen to be the messenger of God's divine mercy, to bring a message of hope and love to the world. Every prayer, every day of devotion, every drop of sweat and tear became a step on the path God had set for her. Though she could not foresee the hardships ahead, Sister Faustina walked with unwavering faith, a heart full of love, and eyes fixed on the radiant sacred heart of Jesus, where the light of hope began to shine. The day Jesus guided Sister Faustina to paint the image, her heart raced, both fearful and eager. The fear was not of danger, but of the sacred responsibility. Could she truly convey His love and mercy to the world? An artist was invited to help, his hand trembling as he listened to Sister Faustina describe Jesus' face, eyes full of love, hands outstretched as if to embrace every soul. Each brushstroke seemed to carry a prayer. Each drop of the artist's sweat blended with the rhythm of her soul, creating a silent symphony of holiness. As the painting neared completion, Sister Faustina looked up, tears in her eyes. He is really here. Light seemed to shine from the Sacred Heart onto anyone who gazed upon the canvas. Jesus' gentle smile and compassionate eyes in the painting washed away every doubt and fear she had ever carried. Jesus spoke to Sister Faustina, His words soft but powerful, etched into her heart. The soul that venerates this image will not perish. These words were not just a promise, they were a living message of boundless mercy, a beacon of hope for those lost in suffering and sin. From a small room in Poland, the image of the divine mercy began to spread, not just through paintings, but through the hearts of those who opened themselves to faith and prayer. Sister Faustina realized that every brushstroke, every word, "Jesus, I trust in you," was an arrow of hope, piercing hearts trembling in the darkness of the world. She understood she was not merely a nun, she was a bridge between God's infinite love and humanity. From that moment, the painting became more than art. It became a symbol of salvation, a guiding light for those lost in darkness, a reminder that no matter how great the sin, God's love and mercy are always open, waiting for every soul to return. In silence, gazing at the image, Sister Faustina knew her mission had only just begun, a journey that would leave an everlasting mark on the hearts of all who thirst for love and hope. One October night in 1936, as darkness blanketed the chapel windows, Sister Faustina entered her hour of contemplation, her heart tense but full of hope. Jesus appeared beside her, gentle yet resolute, and an angel led her through a vision she had never imagined: hell. She saw souls trapped in roaring red flames, their cries tearing through the air and echoing into the hearts of the living. It was not just physical pain, but endless despair, where darkness could not be broken, and every plea for help seemed to vanish into nothingness. Faustina trembled, her heart constricted, tears filling her eyes as she witnessed souls suffering for their sins. The angel whispered beside her, "This is the reality a soul may face if it turns away from God. But what the Lord wants you to see is not to frighten you, but to reveal His boundless mercy." Jesus spoke in a deep, resonant voice, ringing like a wake-up call to her soul. "I am showing you this so you can warn humanity. Hell is real. But my mercy is greater than all the sins of the world. She felt an extraordinary love in every word. Though the vision was terrifying, the overwhelming suffering was bathed in a gentle light, a reminder that God's mercy is always ready to save. Faustina understood that mercy does not remove responsibility, it exists to guide people back. So sin does not lead a soul into despair. In that moment, Sister Faustina realized her mission had never been more urgent. She had to share with the world, not only the image of the divine mercy, but the message that God's love and forgiveness are always open. Returning to her small room, her heart still trembling, she wrote in her diary, "I saw different pits, each soul suffering according to its sins. I shuddered to the core, yet the Lord reminded me that His mercy covers the entire world." That night, Sister Faustina emerged from darkness with eyes shining with faith. Knowing her mission was no longer just prayer for herself, it was to become a messenger, warning, guiding, and leading humanity toward the light. In her final years, tuberculosis tormented Sister Faustina day by day. Her body grew weaker, each cough stole her breath, and her hands trembled, barely able to hold a pen. Yet her eyes remained bright, full of faith and love for God. Every morning was a struggle, but she looked upon the world with a steadfast heart, ready to embrace any suffering to fulfill her sacred mission. In her diary, she wrote, "I am not afraid of death. I only fear one thing, that I do not love God enough." These words were more than personal reflection. They were a message to every soul. Faith and love matter more than life or death. The sisters in her order witnessed an extraordinary strength, though her body was frail. Sister Faustina's heart and soul shone like a candle that never went out. Every time she prayed, the space seemed to tremble, and all present felt the presence of God, gentle, merciful, and full of saving power. On October 5, 1938, Sister Faustina breathed her last. In peace, no sighs of fear, no regrets, only serene eyes fixed on the Sacred Heart of Jesus, in which she had always trusted and loved. Before leaving this world, she softly said, "The soul that trusts in me will not perish." Those words echoed, not only through the small chapel but across the world, as a message of mercy, hope, and enduring faith. Though she departed, Sister Faustina's mission lived on in every prayer, every image of the divine mercy, and every heart open to God's love. In her final moment, she feared nothing. She understood that life is measured not by the days we live on earth, but by what our soul shares with the world. Faith, hope, love, and mercy. Her story stands as an eternal reminder, no matter how thick the darkness. God's love will always guide, welcome, and save every trusting soul. More than 60 years have passed since Sister Faustina departed, yet the light from her heart continues to shine across the world. On April 30, 2000, Pope John Paul II officially canonized her. The global Catholic community marveled at a simple life, yet one filled with a profound mission, love, faith, and boundless divine mercy. The image of Jesus, divine mercy, with outstretched hands and red and white rays streaming from his sacred heart, has become a familiar symbol in millions of homes. Each image is more than a painting, it is a vivid reminder of faith, hope, and the power of mercy. showing that God's arms are always open to embrace every soul. Today, when a believer prays, "Jesus, I trust in you," they are not merely speaking words. They are continuing the sacred journey that Sister Faustina began in a small chapel in Poland. A poor girl, a simple soul, became a messenger bringing light into the darkest corners of humanity. Her story teaches us that mercy is not just a feeling, it is action. It calls each of us to trust, to forgive, and to love, even when the world around us seems filled with darkness. With a trusting heart, an open soul, and genuine love, we can become small candles, illuminating the path for ourselves and others. The light Sister Faustina left behind is not just a historical memory, it is a living inspiration. It reminds us that even a short life can leave eternal impact through acts of love, prayer, and trust in God. God's love surpasses even hell, surpasses all sin, guiding those who dare to believe. And today, as we speak that prayer, imagine Sister Faustina standing beside us, smiling, and the light from the Sacred Heart of Jesus shining into our hearts, whispering, "You are never alone. My mercy is here, guiding your way."